Oblivion. Todd Howard randomly dropped a gift to gamers everywhere. Oblivion has been remastered and dropped in the Steam store. Now, this is just pure goodwill, common sense to the community. No hype, no bluster, no price hike. It's $60, but everything's going to be $60 these days. It just dropped it in the Steam store one day and said, "Go get them, kids." It's that game from 19 years ago, but high def. What could possibly go wrong with that? How could they possibly fuck that up? Step one, 125 gigabytes to play a 20-year-old game that was 10 gigabytes 20 years ago. Literally 10 gigabytes, maybe like seven gigabytes per year added. And what I've been told, I don't even know if this is true, but I've been told that it's on the Unreal Engine, which is shocking to me. I was led to, I've always thought that Bethesda had its own game engine, and they built it themselves, and they had their own like Eden or the Gek, like their own creation tool inside their engine. So I guess now they just gave up on the Bethesda engine and have switched over to Unreal Engine 5 now. Graphics are done in the real game itself is still their engine. Unreal Engine 5 is a graphics designing tool now too. Why don't they? It's unreal to me because it's like there that Alien Isolation game I played on stream. I want to say that game was like 2 gigabytes. It was like really small and it was one of the best looking games I've ever played. And every game since then has been like 1,000 times its size and it looks like shit anyways. It is very unreal. That's true. Sorry, I didn't. That's no pun intended, chat. So that's the first misstep. The second misstep: astute gamers, particularly those old enough to remember Oblivion, open up their character creator thinking, "Okay, I'm going to edit my race," because as you know, Tamriel has many different races, like the Nord and the Argonian and the Imperial and the Elf and the other Elf and then the Furry. So you had all these choices, and they're obviously different races because the Argonian's not a fucking. It's not like black people. It's a fish monster. But then you open it, and it says edit identity. So now instead of edit race, which is what it was before, because they were different races of Tamriel, because an elf is not a human being. Now it's your identity. So now you get to choose your identity. You can identify as an Argonian as opposed to being an Argonian. How else could they fuck it up? Body type 1 and 2. So body type 1, male. Body type 2, female. Any questions? No. Great. Can you go topless since they're genderless? No, obviously not, because body type 2 is a female. So they just changed the label for no reason. Literally no reason. I have no fucking idea why companies are still doing this. And then a diligent person decided to publish on Nexus Mods a mod to remove the body type 1-2 label in exchange for male and female, which make more sense. Because if I say body type 1 or 2, what the fuck does that mean? If I say body type 56, does anything come to mind? If I say male or female, does that render like an understanding in your head? Yes, it does. So someone decides to fix this because it's a mistake. And isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? Nexus official mod man. So this is like, I think like a fake, like an account that any user, any moderator can post as in order to avoid being doxxed. But let's see what they have to say. To everyone saying that this doesn't cause harm, remember the Fallout 4 mod that removed all the black people from the game? Yeah, this is the equivalent of that. It does cause harm because people believe it doesn't, and it neglects that under 1% of the population aren't also people. Sure, you don't need to download that mod or this mod, but the fact that it exists and people download it harms. I myself am trans, and I don't really care as long as I can play the gender I want to play as. But yeah, body type 1 and 2 doesn't really do a good job at helping either side. If it was a slider from mass to femme, it'd be significantly better. Oh wait, is this just like a random guy that's like a tranny? It says official modman though. I assume that this was a moderator because it said official in it, and they just let this guy post. people saying it preserves the original, it literally makes no impact on your experience beyond 2 lines of text you choose to then move on. It's literally the star-filled pronoun debate with the man-child cries that his pronouns exist, but others do too. So this got banned, and not only did the mod get banned, the guy that made it got banned, people re-uploaded it, they got banned, and their mods got banned. And then after enough gamer screeching, Gamergate 5 won, and they had to reverse their decision. Now, this is the actual official account from Picky Saurus, who says, this mod has been and will continue to be a source of controversy within the community. After a thorough review, we've determined that the content of the mod itself does not violate our community standards. However, due to the nature of the topic, which often attracts intense and sometimes hostile discussion, the comment section will remain locked to prevent further escalation. There has been a lot of speculation and misinformation regarding the removal of the original upload. To clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. As stated in the ban notice, it was removed due to the uploader's behavior. In the comments, the uploader expressed an intent to incite drama and endorse an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. That's base mods, by the way, in case you're curious. This kind of behavior directly violates our community standards. We recognize that mods like this can bring sensitive discussion around gender and identity to the forefront. While these important conversations, our platform exists to support creative expression in modding, not to serve as a battleground for broader cultural political debates. So even the Janny trannies on Nexus mods are like being beaten into submission. Suffa trannies. And by the way, compared to these other fucking games like Avowed and Dragon Age 4, which have less than 2,000 people playing, Oblivion, stealth dropped on the masses by Benevolent Todd, has over 100,000. So, and actually its all-time peak, which is right now 100,000, is greater than what looks like it is almost greater than both Dragon Age 4 and Avowed put together. It is off by like 6,000 players, more than the other two put together. So all the advertising in the fucking world could not make some woke, shitty fucking game compete with a 20-year-old game prettied up by a bunch of Chinamen for $5 an hour. Dropped in the middle of the night. And it literally got dropped because the leak came out, and then Todd Howard was just like, well, that saves our marketing budget, and just dropped it on Steam, and it just immediately clowns on the other games. Truly, we are blessed to have a visionary like Todd Howard in the games industry.
Thank you for watching this clip by Colonel J. This is the King of Bold here. Remember to like and subscribe. Juice!